name is PRAKASH. I'm one of the 6 members of the group, which include myself, AVANIE, Gabriel, Minsung, Honkai, and Rainbow. So to start off, I will be showing the business name that we came up for this, which is Veggie Town. And this business idea links to hydroponic farming in Indonesia. Hydroponics is popular nowadays because food is necessity in life. Urbanization is increasing the world's demand for hydroponics. However, currently the market of hydroponics is still niche. This method has been proven effective and it does not require as much water and the yield is quite high. Um, Furthermore, it is much simpler than the conventional gardening method. Next. Pursuing the business in Indonesia is a good idea because it is lucrative. Hydroponics will allow the population to benefit from healthy crops, allowing them to live a healthy life for a variety of reasons. The most common one is which we have with conventionally grown crops. The fact is that we are so heavily exposed to pesticides, which can lead to major issues in the future. For instance, complications such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and cancer. Hydroponics is also eco-friendly because it contributes for the betterment of the society and the environment. The public has begun to educate themselves about the dangers the environment is facing. Therefore, they opt for sustainable sources now, such as hydroponics. And lastly, urbanization has led to land scarcity, which is essential for a lot of production. Hydroponics does not require a lot of land for agriculture. Therefore, a limited amount of land is enough to provide a lot of people and produce more than conventional farming would. Therefore, it is sustainable and beneficial for urbanization. The current and the future prospect are not very different because urbanization is leading to constant change. Hydroponic production can take place in any climate, which is important for the future. Furthermore, we aim to get hydroponics to a point where population calorie intake can be reached while we involve ourselves in contributing to eradicate the food shortages around the globe.
Why we've decided to take on hydroponic farming as our business. We acknowledge that Indonesia is in an agricultural dilemma. No farmers, no food, the economy crashes in every way possible. Hydroponic farming not only combats the looming threat of famine, but also the other issues that plague Indonesia, like climate change and global warming. Hydroponic farming systems have a smaller carbon footprint because space is capitalized. And the possibility to farm vertically means that we capitalize on space even more. Water and nutrients are delivered directly to the plants, so they're healthier. There aren't any threats of pests, herbs, pesticides, herbicides, or any other unidentified chemicals because there's no soil. Water in hydroponic systems can also be filtered and recycled, so it's an excellent way to keep water usage to a healthy minimum. The ability to have a controlled environment means that we can grow anywhere, and that means year-round fresh produce regardless of the weather. It also means that the supply chain is reduced because we can set up farms wherever necessary. There is no need for wasteful energy use in transporting goods across the country anymore.
First material of chapter 2, which is value proposition. Value proposition is the advantages and incentives of our business that we intend to offer to our customer. First, what are the advantages? For hydroponic plants, we use less water, less space, and less worker. And we believe that hydroponic plants is the future of growing vegetables. Now, next, we move on to customer segments. Customer segments is group of customer or company that we intend to sell to. we intend to sell to retailers and restaurants. We mostly aim our customer segments to be hypermarkets, stores, grocery stores, hotels, and restaurants because we believe that vegetable should be buy in bulk or in mass.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Gabriel Chen from the leadership and entrepreneurship class at UPH. Today, we will be talking about the Canvas business model. And for my part, we'll be talking about several parts of the Canvas business model. So first and foremost, the key resources needed to operate and bring value to our customers, especially in our line of work or business in hydroponics. That would include, let me just get this slide going, 3 different parts. First and foremost, we'll be talking about growing, which involves equipment such as the greenhouse, the growing chamber, or how we'll be growing the vegetables. This includes seeds, the manpower needed to operate day-to-day operations in the greenhouse or farm, as well as hydroponic nutrients to provide a source of nutrition for the plants. And of course, growing media. If we choose to use soil, we can, or there are other soilless alternatives such as rock wool or cocoa coir, which we can use as well. Now, for the processing part of our business model, we require manpower as well as packaging equipment, as well as sinks and other equipment for washing and cleaning the vegetables which we have harvested. Lastly, we require motorcycle if we choose to do so, a delivery van, drivers, and a mobile phone. The mobile phone would be to track our drivers as well as to use as a route option through Google Maps or Waze, whatever it may be, for them to find the best and most efficient method for delivering. Now, the reason it's encouraged that we do have our own motorcycle or delivery van is so that it can allow our business a lot of flexibility in terms of who and how we deliver, but also it can lower costs compared to having to send via couriers such as Gojek or Grab or JNE for our products and our own vegetables. Now, so some of the costs associated with running a hydroponics business would include electricity. Should we be using any indoor lights, and we'll be growing indoors as compared to a open field greenhouse. Then we have wages and salaries for our employees. We have rent if we do not already own the land. We have variable costs for seeds, fertilizer pots, and growing media based on how much we're producing that month and how much we're actually selling. We have marketing and ads, which goes into the customer acquisition costs to get, as previously mentioned, B2B and B2C supply chain. And finally, we also have depreciation should we choose to own any vehicles such as motorcycles or cars. Also, we have the 3 revenue streams we plan on doing is involved with agro-tourism, where students, schools, and families and communities can come over to our farm and they can learn about hydroponics. And second of all, we can produce and sell our vegetables through supermarkets, online platforms such as Tokopedia, or direct to consumers, whoever may be dropping by our farm. Last but not least, we have salads and juices, which is a little bit more difficult to do as compared to the first 2. And the reason we put it down there is because that is for a future project later on down the line, which requires its own field of R&D, because we're no longer just in the agricultural side of things, but we're already in the F&B side of the business as well. And this requires a lot of research into what is popular in the market in terms of taste and food, as well as research that needs to be done into what would be best produced from our products to create a processed and end product that our consumers would enjoy, whether that is salads, juices, or a mix of the 2. So that is it from my part, and I hope you enjoy the rest from my team.
Next, these photos of our product. It's just an illustration. However, we are still aiming for leafy green vegetables as well as bright colorful vegetables. Next, this example photo of our greenhouse. As you can see, it requires limited space and limited water. Therefore, it is suitable for big cities such as Jakarta.
This is Kim Min Song from Group 2, and today I want to talk about the hydroponic farming conclusion. Okay, so the first is that we use the hydroponic gardening to take the niche market because right now not many people using these techniques. So like we are aim at the niche market, so we are easy to enter the market. And the second is to save more water. It's save more water and have more efficient way than normal gardening, like a normal gardening. Third, like we plan to give people healthy food, healthy life, and clean food. And also to keep them away from food poisoning or diabetes. Like because these days, our people are like so strict about their food, what foods, like what they're eating, like where it come from. So like we give them the trust, so they can able to buy our product more often. As for our key resources are growing, processing, and the shipping. Growing, we use the land to the grow the plants, and for the processing, we use the manpower, man resources to package the product. And for the shipping, we use the delivery. We use the mobile phone to contact with the customer. And we use the map and also the motorcycle or car to deliver the product to the customer. Our customer can be individual customer or restaurant or can be a hotel. And our activity that we do is like the first we did the market research about like what people want the most, like how who the buy this the product most, and how we gonna sell it. And also our key partnership is a stakeholder and the businesses. So like we have to keep the good connection with the stakeholders and the business. And lastly, we need the water pump, pipe, land, or buildings, and seeds and glowing media to operate the business. Thank you for watching.